welcome back to Rob's Arsenal podcast. And in this video, we're just going to discuss, it's just a pure reaction of how I'm feeling. So let's start off with the first half. In the first half, we see Saka doing a costly error. Saka tried to play the ball back to the keeper, but didn't read the entire pitch and see that there was a man closing down on the keeper, and that cost us the first goal. So the first goal was such a costly mistake that it could have been prevented if Saka had looked up. And not just that, sometimes I think we go back too much. Instead of Saka looking up, scanning the pitch, if there's not a pass on, then try to shield the ball, try to draw foul or something. We need to stop always going back to the keeper when we're in difficult position. We need to learn how to think on our feet and do things better, because if we don't do things better, this will always be the thing. Whereas this happened a few times last season where we passed the ball back and it was a bit short, and then someone intercepts, and most of the time it didn't lead to a goal, but on this occasion we saw it led to a goal. So that's one thing that we need to improve on. And I was wondering, could Ramsdale have done any better? We see Ramsdale, he came out backtracking, he tried to go in the middle center of the goal, but then he realized that the shot was taken on the right. Pereira took the shot to the right, and then he tried to scramble and then he fell. So I believe that Ramsdale in itself, Arteta tried to get him to play a different position than he was last season. When I say position, I mean different starting line. His starting line is different from last season. We see that he's more playing off a sweeper keeper, because when Saliba is basically playing the one, Saliba and sometimes White playing together, or sometimes Saliba playing the one, Ramsdale is that sweeper keeper coming up to clear anything that come over the top or anything that goes down the line that may pass William Saliba. Ramsdale is the one that's coming up to clean up. So that could have been prevented in so many different ways, and for me, it's not a reason to say bring Raya in right away. That's not a good enough reason for me to want Raya in the team straight away. I believe that Ramsdale deserves a bit more of a leniency with this situation, because this is purely down to Saka giving away the ball. In the first half, I see scanty. This match was so disappointing. I was so angry with this match because I didn't see no commitment. I didn't see no awareness. The intensity was so low. The ball control, we didn't have any control of the ball. We were just playing according to Fulham. Basically how Fulham wanted us to play, that's how we were playing. We were just playing into their hands. The match was so slow, and I believe that this is one of the things why this formation Arteta have us playing right now. Now, I understand why Arteta does what he does in terms of this formation, playing Partey at right back. However, I don't agree with it, but I understand. In the first two matches, we play against low block against Fulham, and we play against low block against a low block against Nottingham Forest, and we play against a low block against Crystal Palace. In about 2/3 of the game, we play against low block. Now, basically for the whole game, Crystal Palace is only attacking on the counter. But in this match, I knew that Fulham was going to come and attack us. So Arteta must have known that he needs to set the team up a bit different. However, the team was similar. At Kiwior coming in for Tomiyasu, that was the only difference in the team, and Trossard coming in for Nketiah. And for me, people been crying out for Trossard. However, I believe that Trossard, we need Nketiah. Arteta is going to play a formation like that. We need Nketiah up top to be pressing up top, because it's like when we have a striker that's not pressing as hard as he should, then that leaves pressure on the midfield and leaves pressure on the defense. So if Nketiah was there, it would be, if Nketiah started, it would be like a dog chasing everything all over the place, and putting that defensive line of Fulham under pressure, and that enable us to go forward, and then we would have a better spell in thereof. More attacking, more chances. That's what I believe would have happened. So we see White, we see Partey, we see Trossard, we see Odegaard. All these four players mainly giving away the ball giving away the ball in the first half. They were just giving it away, not thinking. I just see cowards on the pitch today, to be honest. They just look like cowards. No one stood up and take responsibility of what was going on. Even Odegaard as the captain, I didn't see any aggression. I didn't see any. I didn't get anything from Odegaard in the first half. He just looked like, oh, it is what it is. Let's just go on. And this is one of the reasons why I miss Xhaka in my team. And the reason why I said that is because in situation like this, Xhaka would be very angry. I remember one of the last match of the season, I believe it was when we missed out in fourth place 2 seasons ago. Xhaka was very angry at the team. Xhaka was like, we don't deserve to win them. We don't deserve to come fourth. We don't deserve to qualify for Champions League because everyone was hiding. Everyone was weak. Everyone mentality. Xhaka was angry and he cussed the team. And for Odegaard to be our captain, he needs to do a bit more. He needs to show his anger. He needs to show his zeal. He needs to show a bit more. Do you know what I mean? He needs to do more for me as a captain when we're in a position like that. He needs to encourage the team to go harder, to fight. We starting to step things up closer on at the last 10 minutes of the first half. I saw the team starting to string few passes together, starting to build up the intensity, and this is what always happens. We'll always fight when it's too late. When we're 1-0 down, that's when we decide to fight. That's when we decide to take the game seriously, and this is happening too often, where we wait till we go down, then we try to get reply, then we try to win the game. It's not enough for me. We need to do more, and that first half was abysmal by us. It was so poor. Throughout the whole half, I was so angry. There was no chance that I could say, okay, at least we created that chance. So I was angry at Arteta for the team, and I'm a very big Arteta fan. I'm one of the biggest Arteta fan you'll meet. However, I believe in this match, even I knew that Fulham was gonna attack us like they did, and I believe that we should have been more positive in terms of our team selection. We should have been more positive on the front foot. As what I said, people have been calling for Trossard, but for me, I haven't been calling for Trossard because I understand the role nketiah is playing in the team. Trossard right now would not suit that formation. If we had set up like Zinchenko starting and Gabriel and centre back, then I believe that we would add Trossard would have a better game because the defense is sure. But playing 3 at the back and an inverted right back, it's not good enough support for the defense for Zinchenko for Trossard to be playing up top. So that's I believe the first half was so poor. And because one of the things I see with Trossard, the ball comes to him a lot, but he keeps on miscontrolling the ball. I don't know what's wrong with him. Even in that formation, he still should have played a bit better, right? Because most of the things that happened, most of the reason why I believe that he had a bad match was just miscontrol, and that's just that's not a thing to blame on Arteta. It's something to do with the player. I don't know what's going on in his mentality. Did something happen at home? Did he not feel well? What's going on in his mind? Was he nervous? Because I've seen him literally miscontrol the ball about 5 to 10 times, and that's not like Trossard. Trossard is a firm, technical player of the ball. He can control the ball in any situation. Fire it firm at him, he will control it right dead at his feet. That's Trossard. So I was very surprised when I see him miscontrolling, misplacing the passes. He just looked poor. And so did Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz, for me, I am one of those guys that says that just give Kai Havertz some time and then we'll see the best of him in a few matches to come. But this match, I can't hide my frustration with Kai Havertz. At one point, I see Martinelli giving the ball, looking to spin off for a run. And he took his eye off the run of Martinelli, took his eye. By the time he looks back, Martinelli passed and he passed the ball out to play. Silly mistakes like that he's been doing throughout the whole match, and I believe that this is not one of his best performance, and I'm very, very disappointed with Havertz and Trossard because I believe that they could do much better than what they've done in this match. So before the first half finished, we see Saka. Saka was intent. Saka was playing hard, tracking back and trying to do stuff. But Robertson was playing brilliant. Robertson had Saka unlocked, which doesn't happen often. So that's why I started to recognize Robertson as a very good left back right now, because you have to be very good to keep up with Bukayo Saka. And Robertson was keeping up with him. Saka was trying to redeem himself for giving away that ball earlier on for the first goal. But Robertson, he was stuck to him like glue. He never let him leave his side. Everywhere I see Saka go, Robertson is there. So I believe that Saka tried to get back in the game, but I've never seen Saka marked out the game like this one. He tried different stuff. I see him swap the wing with Martinelli at times and try to do something different, but it didn't pan out. But kudos to Robertson. He had Saka in toast, and I believe that that's a testament to Robertson, and that's not a dig at Saka, because Saka tried. I saw him trying different stuff. He beat him a few times, but not as much as he normally would beat the left back. Even though, and that's the thing, they were not really doubling up on Saka. It was just Robertson most of the time. In the second half, we started to see them double up on Saka, but in the first half, they didn't really double up on Saka. It was just Robinson one-on-one, dealing with Saka one-on-one, and that's very surprising. And another thing, so I have to give credit to Robinson, and also I have to give credit to Paulinho and Jimenez. Paulinho at the defensively was solid, right? It was rock solid. Loads of blocks, loads of pushing our players around. You know, he was very aggressive with against us. And I see Jimenez is another one. At one times I see Jimenez running down the ball, chasing down the ball, having a block, going on for a second block, and then chasing down Saka, and got a yellow card for a challenge he done on Saka. Jimenez was like a pit bull today. It was all over the place, and I'll give credit for those few players. They were on form. So this is the end of the first half. So I'm going to do 2 parts, and I'm going to do 3 parts actually. I'm going to do a video for the first half. I'm going to do a video for the second half, and then I'm going to do a third video for the match stats. So catch you in the next video, which is going to be part 2.